His sleigh must have broken down. I've been waiting since Christmas Eve for Santa to come along and finish off my classic Mini, but it hasn't happened, so it looks like I'm going to have to finish the rest myself. Now, you've just seen me have a good clean up in the garage. I really need to do that. A good tidy up makes it feel a lot better, ready to start again in 2024. So a happy new year to everybody. If you're a subscriber already or a new viewer, new subscriber, welcome to the channel. And I'm restoring a classic Mini. You can check back on previous videos. I've done a ton of work. I've cut out so much rust and rot. I can't actually believe. I should have kept it really to see how much there was and has been up to this point, but there has been a lot. So where do we leave off in 2023? Well, I've got a lot of bodywork done. Both the sills are on, inner and outer, floor repairs, boot area. I've just done some holes underneath the car that mount the heat shield, so those threads are corroded. I've got 2 more to do directly underneath the cross member. After that, it's cutting off the front end, which will be epic. So that'll be a ton of angle grinder work, getting rid of that. I've got the wings, I've got the front panel, I bought those, they're all ready, and I've got the original bonnet that I'm going to try and restore. It's got a bit of rust on the front, or a huge amount of rust on the front, but I really want to keep the original bonnet if I can. So let's get going once again. 2024, this is the year to get the Mini back on the road. A lot more videos, a lot more content. I've got some other things lined up for the viewers, you viewers. I want to try and get more content out. So let's get going straight away and get back underneath the Mini. Now, these are the last 2 holes I've got to tackle underneath the classic Mini. Now, these are directly underneath the cross member, so I can't gain access from above. All I'm doing is using the tin snips to enlarge the holes, make them bigger, and then this will allow me to gain access using the finger sander. Now I've gained access using the finger sander, I'm actually going to make the hole a bit bigger than what you would think, just to make sure that it's fresh metal that I'm going to weld against. There we are, that's finished and all ready to go. I'm now just going to move on to something different. I thought I'd just go on to something different because my neck is really hurting from being underneath the classic Mini. Yes, a rollover jig would have been fantastic, and yes, I should have bought one a long time ago. So I'm just cleaning these up with some Muck Off bike cleaner. This works fantastic on parts. It's really safe to use, but it really does clean things up nicely. So yeah, just a clean rag, buffing them off, and they look fantastic. There's only a slight amount of damage on these 2 heat shields, and I'll get to this at some other time. I'll just fix these up where I can. It's a great idea if you can to refurbish original Mini parts. They're very hard to get hold of, and save them where possible because it really does make a difference, I think, to the originality of the car. These have just come through the letterbox, so well chuffed how quickly they came from eBay. Just some stainless steel flat-headed bolts, penny washers and nylock nuts. And they're going to replace the original stuff that was on the Mini. All I've got to do now is see if I can just tack weld these bolts on the inside of the car so they stick out underneath, and then cover them in a bit of Tiger Seal. And then I can repair the heat shields where possible. I've got a bit there that needs repairing, a bit of a crack and some damage. I'm going to repair some of these bits, which I'll do later on. But for now, they've come out great. So let's get on with that. I'm just taking the stainless steel bolts that I bought, and I'm going to grind down the heads a little bit more, just so it gives them a much lower profile of the head, so it doesn't sort of show when it's in the car, under the carpet, pushing through or anything. That's one done, welded in, bit of primer over it. That's the underneath, the stainless steel thread coming through. Looks fantastic. Now I'm on to the big holes that I've opened up earlier on in the video. So I'm just taking some offcuts of the floor material. I'm cutting around some duct tape templates that I made. This is quite a lengthy process sometimes to get the shape completely right. Drill a hole in it, put the stainless steel thread through the bolt, and then just put a few blobs of weld on it, and then I'll probably just grind these down a little bit so you don't see them. Give it some zinc weld through primer, because these will obviously be underneath the cross member. And there you go. I'm well pleased with how these have turned out. I've left the welds a little bit higher than normal because I don't want to create any pinholes or mess, just in case, because obviously I can't access them from the other side. So these are done and dusted, ready to go. It's taken longer than expected, but these things usually do, and the majority of the Classic Minis floor is all finished. I've got a small repair to do in that corner, but I can only tackle that when I put the Mini back on the pallet casters. I'll quickly show you all of the work that's now finished. It's all primered, it's got seam sealer on it. I'll grab the camera, show you all of that work, and then I'll finish off by saying I'll see you all on the next one.